Goku? Do you have a plan or something? What? What do you want us to do?
Listen, there's not much time left, and I can only think of one way to save the Earth now.
No, don't. I think I know what you have planned, Goku. You don't have to do this!
Goodbye, friends.
Goku! Wait! Don't leave us!
Hey, you put up a good fight, Gohan. I'm proud of you.
What? Daddy?
Take care of your mother for me. She needs you. Tell her that I had to do this, Gohan. Goodbye, my son.
Don't come back!
Listen, there's not much time left, and I can only think of one way to save the Earth now. Take care of your mother for me. She needs you. Tell her that I had to do this, Gohan. Goodbye, my son.
Yeah, $3! That's exactly what you heard. With $3, you can have full access to my manga and in high quality, like Yamoshi as a girl, and of course, the best, Ankumo Saga. All this and much more with more than 5 gigs of fan manga access. Patreon and comments!
Many years have passed since the last time Goku and Vegeta had to face some powerful opponent that would put planet Earth at risk of extinction or even the universe itself. The last enemy has always been a threat from the beginning and has always been in the lives of Goku and Vegeta even indirectly. This enemy was Emperor Frieza, who had his end decreed by Goku and Vegeta, who ended up making the fusion at the time, becoming Gogeta and using the power of Ultra Ego combined with Ultra Instinct that generated the most powerful mortal of all 12 universes, being able to overcome all the gods of destruction and equal their powers with that of the angels. And using Vegeta's Hakai combined with Goku's Kamehameha, they attacked Frieza, who had his end definitively, and nothing could bring the Emperor back to life. And to ensure this, Vegeta eliminated all members of Frieza's army and destroyed all the colonies that the Emperor created on different planets, thus putting an end to that eternal battle between the Emperor and the two Saiyans. Without Frieza, there was no longer anyone who was a threat to planet Earth or the 7th universe, and with that, the two Saiyans decided to enjoy their lives alongside their families. After all, they both aged in a different way from their beloved wives who aged much faster, which the Saiyans Goku and Vegeta ended up realizing when they saw the two again after a long time away from planet Earth. Over time, many Z warriors ended up getting old and losing their lives, which caused a lot of pain and tears for those who cared about them. The first to die was Master Roshi, who in his final moments said he was extremely happy to meet each one of them and that it had been an honor to train Goku and Krillin, and that he was very proud of both of them because he saw them not only as his disciples but also as his children, and so he was happy to have seen how far Goku and Krillin had managed to reach. Several times Goku and his friends went after the Dragon Balls to bring their loved ones back to life, but unfortunately it was not possible as everyone had died of natural causes, and the Wishing Dragons did not have permission to bring someone dead naturally. back to life, and no matter who it was, loved ones could not return to life using the power of any wishing dragon, and even knowing this, Goku and his friends insisted on using them to bring their loved ones back to life, but their wishes were always denied, which created more pain and suffering for them. But it was something that Goku and his friends had to be content with and move on. Those who formed families ended up growing and little by little ended up distancing themselves from those who were still alive, and as a result, there were few members of the original Z warriors left who were still in contact with the other warriors. With advanced age, some friends and family of Goku and Vegeta used the Dragon Balls to become younger, and this Shenron could do, but he made it clear that he could only do this once, and after that many ended up isolating themselves. After all, people who knew the Goku and Vegeta's friends knew that they were already old, and if they appeared young in front of them, it would be something very strange. But thanks to that, Goku and Vegeta's friends were able to stay alive longer and create good memories with their friends and family. Goku and Vegeta were the only ones who never wanted to get younger, since they were both pure blood Saiyans, and they aged very slowly, and thanks to their divine powers, their lifespan ended up being prolonged, which would be a blessing for them. But over time, the two Saiyans realized that it would also be a curse. In the 7th universe, currently in the 7th universe, more precisely on planet Earth, it was possible to see a paradisiacal island that the Capsule Corporation owned. That island had become the new home of Goku and Vegeta, who abandoned the world of martial arts and started a more peaceful life on that island, next to their wives who had used the Dragon Balls to make themselves younger. Bulma and Chi-Chi were inside Bulma's house, and both women were talking to their respective children via video call, and while the mothers missed their children, Goku and Vegeta were training with each other so as not to get rusty. After all, one never knows when some future enemy will appear, and they should at least be ready to fight these possible enemies in the future. Vegeta said, "You're slower than before, Kakarot. Your age is apparently already affecting you," said Vegeta before landing a blow on Goku, making the Saiyan retreat. Goku said, "You say that, but you're older than me and your age is already affecting you. After all, I don't remember your punch being that weak," Goku said in an amused tone while looking at Vegeta, who was slightly irritated by that comment and advanced towards his rival and friend. Both Goku and Vegeta were already being affected by age. They both already had big beards and their hair was longer too, and they both already had some gray hairs in their beards and hair. Vegeta had more white hair than Goku since he was older, but even though they were old, the two were still very strong by human standards. Hours had passed, and with that, it was possible to see Goku and Vegeta sitting at a large table full of different foods. The two appeared to be very tired, and even though that training between the two was considered light in comparison to other training, Goku and Vegeta were very tired, effects of age according to their wives. Goku said, "I don't like to admit it, but age has really arrived for both of us. I remember the time when we were trained by Whis where we had to carry those weights that were very heavy. Now we shouldn't be able to lift as much weight as before," Goku said before laughing, but ended up stopping when he felt some pain in his body. Vegeta said, "We were both great warriors in the past, but it was a long time ago. Now we are not even half of what we were in the past, but we are still strong enough to deal with any small threat to planet Earth," said Vegeta before transforming into Super Saiyan, but soon ended up returning to his base form, slightly panting, which made Goku laugh. Goku said, "You're old Vegeta. You're not even able to maintain your Super Saiyan form for a few minutes," said Goku while facing his rival, who got angry and threw a piece of pie in Goku's face. Vegeta said, "Don't talk as if you can keep your Super Saiyan form active for a long time. After our training I was tired and I couldn't maintain any of my transformations for long, but if I was rested I could maintain my transformation for much longer," Vegeta said before taking a piece of cake to his mouth and eating it. The Saiyan Prince was still a little irritated. Goku said, "It doesn't matter if we can use our transformations or not. We don't need to use them since we no longer have enemies, and if one appeared, our children could deal with them. After all, we are old," Goku said while cleaning his face, which was dirty because of the pie that Vegeta threw at him. Goku said, "Hey Vegeta, we're both going to age slowly, but our wives aren't, so how long can we stay by their side?" Goku asked with a sad face, and Vegeta sighed when he heard that. After all, he didn't want to think about the day he would have to see his wife leave. Vegeta said, "I don't know, Kakarot, but I know I won't leave my wife's side until the end. Let's enjoy the time we have with them while we can," said Vegeta before looking to the side and seeing his wife going to the table accompanied by Chi-Chi. Goku said, "Yeah, let's enjoy our lives with our wives while we still can," Goku said before smiling at his wife Chi-Chi, who was approaching him. Guys, before continuing this epic story, leave your like, and of course if you want to help the channel even more, be a member of the channel and help the channel financially, and of course subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news. Once that's done, let's continue the story. Many years have passed since Son Goku and Vegeta's conversation, where the two talked about their respective wives and the time they would have with them, as Chi-Chi and Bulma would age faster than the two Saiyans, and even Goku and Vegeta appeared to be old. The two Saiyans could still live for several years thanks to the divine powers they possessed in their bodies, which prolonged their lives. Goku and Vegeta knew that they would live longer than their wives, and whether or not they both would end up seeing their loved ones losing their lives. Goku and Vegeta had decided to stay by their beloved wives' side and would create good memories with them. The two Saiyans abandoned the world of martial arts. They had stopped fighting threats to planet Earth, and not even when thousands of warriors came to Earth to conquer it. Neither of the two Saiyans tried to face the warriors. Goku and Vegeta let other warriors fight against the invaders. Pan, Gohan's daughter, and Son Goku's granddaughter ended up leading the battle, which they won easily. Even though they were retired from the world of martial arts, Goku and Vegeta began training a new generation of warriors who were descendants of other Z warriors. Some of these descendants were trained to protect planet Earth in the future, and perhaps even the 7th universe if there was a new tournament of power in the future. And the two Saiyans ended up accepting to train these new warriors as they could develop a new generation of warriors and spend some time with their family members. And so the years of Goku and Vegeta passed, years that they enjoyed quite alongside their respective wives and families. In the 7th universe. Currently in the 7th universe, more precisely on planet Earth, it was possible to see Son Goku and Chi-Chi sitting a few meters from their house looking at the horizon and watching the sunset together, something the couple started doing a few years ago. Sometimes they were accompanied by some family and friends who paid visits to Goku and Chi-Chi from time to time. Goku was older than before. His hair, which was black, was now completely white, and his beard, which was small and only had a few white strands, was now much larger and completely white, and his muscular body no longer had so many muscles on his face. It was possible to see the wrinkles showing that Goku was already quite old, even for members of his race. Chi-Chi, who had used the power of the Dragon Balls to become younger in the past, was now old again, only she was even older now than in the past. Chi-Chi had long, completely white hair, her body was smaller, and she had more wrinkles than her husband. Goku said, "Chi-Chi, you recently paid a visit to Bulma, didn't you? How is she?" Vegeta ended up telling me that she is very sick, and from what they discovered, it is a new disease that no one has ever had. Goku asked his wife, who was lying on her lap. Chi-Chi said, "Yes, I recently paid a visit to Bulma. She is very weak and it looks like it will get even worse over time. When I was there, Vegeta talked to me a little and he said that he used the Dragon Balls to try to cure Bulma, but unfortunately her illness is related to the use of the Dragon Balls and the power of Shenron," said Chi-Chi, making Goku surprised for a moment by his wife's speech. Goku said, "Why would Bulma get sick because of Shenron or his power?" the Saiyan asked, a little confused. After all, Shenron never harmed anyone unless it was someone else's desire. Chi-Chi said, "These are the effects of using the power of the Dragon Balls to become younger again, and because of this, it is impossible to cure Bulma's illness. Not even the angels can do anything. After all, that would be breaking their rules. Now what's left for Bulma is to wait for death, and Vegeta can only watch her dying little by little," Chi-Chi said, lifting her face a little and looking at her husband, who soon ended up realizing something. Goku said, "You made the same wish as Bulma, so that means..." Goku said before being interrupted by his wife, who held one of his hands and squeezed it lightly. Chi-Chi said, "Yes, Goku, I'm dying and I also have this disease. But unlike Bulma, I trained my body in the past and that's why I'm not being so affected by the disease. But I slowly feel my life ending," Chi-Chi said while taking Goku's hand to her face and looking at it. Goku said, "So what's left for me is to continue by your side until your time comes," Goku said in a sad tone because he didn't want to lose his wife. Months later. A few months passed, and as expected, Chi-Chi ended up going to sleep and never waking up again. Goku was very sad because he had lost his wife. Vegeta also had to go through this pain, as Bulma, like Chi-Chi, ended up losing her life after some time, and just like Chi-Chi, Bulma had an end without any suffering, as she also ended up losing her life while sleeping. After Bulma and Chi-Chi's funeral, Goku and Vegeta began living together to keep each other company, and even though the rest of their families invited the two Saiyans to live with them, both Goku and Vegeta refused the invitation. Currently, it was possible to see Goku and Vegeta in a very beautiful flower field that Bulma and Chi-Chi liked to spend time in the past. The two Saiyans were wearing their old martial arts clothes and were staring at each other. Goku said, "It's been a while since I came to this place. Since Chi-Chi and Bulma's death, the two of us haven't gone out much. Are you sure you want to do this, Vegeta? You know we're not like we were before and we won't last long," Goku said while looking at Vegeta, who was warming up. Vegeta said, "Of course I'm sure of that, Kakarot. We have lived as warriors for most of our lives, and in recent years we have stayed by our wives' side, and to be honest, I don't want to wait in bed for my death, but if we are scared of that, we can go home," said Vegeta while looking at Goku. Goku said, "No, I don't want to have to go home and be sad remembering Chi-Chi's final moments, and also I think this ending suits both of us more, and Bulma and Chi-Chi would agree with me," Goku said, giving a slight sad laugh to Vegeta, who did the same thing. Vegeta said, "I don't know if this reincarnation thing really exists, but if it exists and we reincarnate in the same era, we will meet again, and I can already tell you that I will defeat you, Kakarot," said Vegeta, giving a big smile and then activating the power of Ultra Ego. Goku said, "If you defeat me, I will become stronger to face you again, and no matter how many times I lose, I will overcome myself more and more. After all, we are eternal rivals even in other lives, Vegeta," said Goku, giving a big smile and activating the power of Ultra Instinct. Goku and Vegeta stared at each other for a few seconds, but then they advanced towards each other with full force with their fists armed, and when they were close enough, they exchanged blows that ended up hitting each other, making the two have a quick memory about the time when they were young and had no knowledge about divine beings, and their biggest concern was to become stronger, and thanks to that exchange of punches, a wave of wind was generated that cracked the ground and several flowers ended up flying because of the air pressure. After that exchange of blows, the two Saiyans remained in that position for a few seconds until they both returned to their base forms, and little by little they fell to the ground. When they fell to the ground, the two Saiyans were smiling, but little by little their hearts stopped beating, causing them both to lose their lives. But for the two Saiyans, that was the most suitable death for them who had reached the level of power of the gods. Guys, with this we will end this story. Did you like it? Leave a lot of likes on the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys.